Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for one of our solution architects? Prabhu is going to speak.
Thank you, Chris. Hi, everyone. So today we are going to see the demonstration of Build at Scale with NetApp Kubernetes Service and Cloud Volume Service for AWS. So what we're going to see step by step is like creating a Kubernetes cluster with NetApp Kubernetes Cluster Service and then backed by Cloud Volume Service. Creating a Kubernetes cluster with NKS. So you can navigate from the Cloud Center page, and then you can start a free trial. So what we are doing right now is like you can have multiple options to create your Kubernetes. So as you can see, you can have AWS and also Amazon EKS. So you can have your Kubernetes cluster running on that. So here I'm going to show how to do it with AWS. So what you want to do here is you want to actually enter your credentials. So it fetches all the details from AWS account and it populates the data there. So so here we have an option. You can actually choose the cluster name or it's an auto-generator name. And the orchestration, by default, we are choosing the latest Kubernetes version. And we can actually enable the RBAC feature. And you want to actually enter the CIDR ranges. And then click on Submit. It's pretty simple. So this creates the NetApp Kubernetes cluster using Kubernetes Cluster Service. So and I'm going to talk about a little bit on the solutions as well. So when you want to add a GitLab or any of the additional solutions to NetApp Kubernetes cluster, you can actually click on Add Solutions, and it gives you various options, which is actually verified by NetApp, and you can choose them. So it creates a Kubernetes cluster and adds the solution on top of the pods. So what is install, build, and scale? So build at scale is a solution for the DevOps. Here it helps the developer community to create to create a workspace in seconds, or you can actually compile the build in, it actually reduces from hours to minutes. So we are going to see that here. So build at scale is an open source solution. Yeah, so here we are seeing the cluster which got created. So we have the master node, we have the worker nodes created. And so you can actually download the kubeconfig. So kubeconfig is the environment we set on the for the access for the CLI to the Kubernetes cluster. Here, as I mentioned, the build at scale Helm chart you can download from GitHub, and then you can use the Helm chart to build the whole solution. So we just set up the environment variable using the kubeconfig file which we downloaded. So, and we are installing the build at scale using a Helm install command. So here we need to mention the API keys of the Cloud Volume Service. So that it creates the backend persistent storage using the Cloud Volumes. So once that command is successfully installed, you can actually see all the pods. Just wait for some time to make sure the pods are up and running. So once the pods are up and running, each and every pod will be assigned with the with the IP address, which you can actually access it. So here we are actually showing on the NetApp Kubernetes cluster the deployments what got created using the Helm chart. And here you can see this is a Cloud Volumes front page. So here you can see the Cloud Volumes created, which is actually in a backend for the NetApp Kubernetes cluster. So we have installed the build at scale solution. So build at scale solution have a web service. So you want to navigate to the web service. So there you can actually see the multiple options for the DevOps or the developer community. So here you can see the dashboard, create pipeline, create web page, and merge workspace. So I'm going to actually talk about how to actually create a Git repo for the demo, and then creating a pipeline and creating a workspace, with the pipeline created and also the snapshots created in the pipeline. So this is a NetApp build at scale architecture. So where you find the Kubernetes cluster with the pods, Jenkins, GitLab, Artifactory, and DB, and you have the volumes created on the cloud volumes. So now I'm going to talk about how to create a Git repo. So most of them probably know how to create a Git repo. So here you want to access the URL of the GitLab, and then you want to create a sample project. So and you're going to create a repo here, and you just note the Git repo URL for creating a pipeline. So in the same web server UI, you can actually navigate to that and copy the URL and make it as a master branch, and you can actually create a pipeline from there. Yeah. So clicking on the URL of the pipeline, it is going to take to the page where you can actually compile the code. So here with the click on build with parameters, so it is actually going to show you the whole pipeline getting built. It creates snapshots as well. So when a developer wants to recreate or restore or want to create a new workspace based on the snapshots created, he can use that. So this is the pipeline. It creates a CA snapshot. So how to create a workspace? So we have the web server UI here. So click on create workspace and mention the pipeline and the username, password, and the build which you want to actually create the workspace with, and creating a workspace will create the workspace for the developer. Yeah, so it is integrated with Cloud IDE, which is TIA. So you have the web server URL for that. Yeah, so I'm going to present what is how to access the workspace. So if you want to commit code, so this is an example here. We are showing how to commit, how it works. So this is a web URL for the Cloud IDE TIA, and which got recently created from the snapshot. Basically, the developer can actually use this workspace terminal to access the pod from the browser. So this is the pipeline overview here. So main key takeaways from this is you can quickly deploy the workspace with persistent storage on the backend. And it can actually create workspace in seconds. So that's one of the main thing. If I'm a developer, I will be looking into it. You can actually create in seconds. So if you want to go back to a specific build, so that you want to actually verify something, or you want to actually code on top of that, you can do that in seconds. So that's one of the cool features of using a build at scale. And you can actually compile in minutes rather than hours using Jenkins pipelines and NetApp snapshot-based changes. So these are the key takeaways from this build at scale solution. So just want to quickly summarize the thing. So we are using NKS, which is a NetApp Kubernetes service, for creating a Kubernetes cluster. And we are actually backing up with the CVS, which is Cloud Volume Service, as a backend persistent storage. And Build at Scale is an open source solution. You can download it. So which gives the developer community to actually create their workspaces in minutes, compile in minutes rather than hours. And you can actually have a secure online web browser IDE, which you can use. Yeah. So that is thing all about. Yeah. So you guys can try NetApp Kubernetes service, Cloud Volume Service, and if you're really interested in build at scale solution, there's an open source solution. You can download it and you can try it out. It creates workspace in seconds and you can compile in minutes. That's one advantage. If you're actually a developer and a DevOps, you can use that solution.